January. What an intense 3 weeks. It's currently like, it's January 23rd or 22nd, I don't even know anymore. And feels like it's been 3 years, not 3 weeks. I started off 2025 really excited, really inspired. I was ready. I am ready still, but I was very optimistic and motivated and inspired by what I wanted to do this year and what I envisioned for this year. And right off the bat, I think a lot of those ideals were shifted, or ideas were shifted, and some values and ideals were recentered and others were moved around. Other priorities came up. You know, I am from LA. I'm born and raised in LA. More specifically, I'm born and raised in Pasadena, and I still call Pasadena home. My family still lives there. It's one of my favorite places in the world. And as everyone knows, Los Angeles was deeply affected and devastated by the firestorms that occurred in various places, including the Palisades and Altadena. You know, there's just an endless list of friends and families and coworkers and businesses and loved ones who have been so tragically affected by the fires, both in Altadena and in the Palisades. And I think this whole situation, I also work for a nonprofit. That provided direct relief and direct assistance immediately following the fires. So on Thursday, we snapped into gear and we created a resource center for folks we collected items, we distributed items, we worked with families. We are currently working on longer term resources and ways that we can be of assistance to our community. And I know I don't really talk a lot about what I do outside of wine, because I know that this is a very wine-centered place for me and for many people who follow me. But through this nonprofit that I've worked for a very long time, I also work directly in the Altadena communities. We worked for 4 years with various schools providing nutrition education to their public school system. And a lot of the students that I have been directly, affected by this, and even some of the schools that we've taught at have fully burned down. And so I thought that I guess for this vlog, this is just a January recap vlog. This is not going to be necessarily wine specific or anything like that. And I know that this is like more of a wine centered place for folks. This is the audience that I've built, but this is also real life, and I feel like, I think for this first vlog of the year, I am going to dedicate it to just chatting a little bit more vulnerably and a little more real about the things that are affecting our communities right now. And I want to touch on something that I'm calling, I don't know what the real term is, but I want to talk about community care. I think that's, going into this year, I had a lot of ideas for myself and for my family, and I'm married now, and the things that I envisioned for us. I've always been a very active community member, and I've always been, I believe in this. I believe in what community can stand for. But I think now more than ever, centering community is going to be one of the biggest things that I do this year in a variety of different ways. But I think, I dove into the year being a little more self-centered, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that, to a degree, we are individuals and we have to take care of ourselves. But I also believe in doing that in conjunction with caring for our communities at the same time. And sometimes that takes priority over ourselves, in the healthiest way possible. And so, you know, as I post this, Trump is in office today. The fires are still happening. People are grappling with this new reality in Los Angeles and in the rest of the country. You know, for a lot of Angelinos, a lot of people in the Palisades and Altadena, it's navigating what their future is going to look like. My cats too. It's navigating what the future is going to look like for folks, what the future of the city is going to look like economically and structurally, but also what our future looks like as Americans with this new presidency. And I feel so many things about it that I don't know that I will dive into here today, but I just think it's more important than ever to really highlight community care and being as active as possible. I know that it's scary. I've had so many friends, I've talked to so many people, so many friends, and we have all, you know, everybody's scared. Nobody knows how to navigate something like this. This is a catastrophe. This is a disaster. This is an unprecedented moment in time, and I'm sick of living through unprecedented times. I really am. But you know, I think we're all scared. We're all worried. We all feel anxious. But I hope that, you know, we can all look to each other and know that there is community there for people to count on, to rely on. And there are people and places and organizations and groups who will offer care when you need it, whatever that may be. Whether that's mental health, whether that's having someone to just spend an afternoon with, resources to help you navigate an uncertain future, resources to acquire just the basics like food and clothing. You know, our government isn't really taking care of us right now, and they haven't been for a really long time. And so I think that, you know, sharing the resources that you have with others, letting people know that they're safe to come to those resources if you can provide them. And folks who are seeking those resources know that they're there, right? And you just have to ask. Sometimes they're not obvious, I know that, but you know, you could always ask me. My DMs and my messages are always open for people who need help, people who need resources, friends, community centers, churches, schools. There's an endless list of ways that we can reach our community. So I hope you'll all just tap into that. It's the beginning of the year. We're diving in very deep, very hard, very fast, very rocky, uncertain waters, I know. But I think just going forward, knowing that even though it feels uncertain now, we have 12 months to swim back up to the surface. Seems like a long time, but I think I'm trying to remain, I am optimistic, and even though I let my grief take over, I feel a lot of grief. I feel a lot of climate grief. I feel a lot of grief for the friends and the family and the people I know who have been so, you know, devastated by the changes that are happening around us. But I am still optimistic that we can, if anything, learn that community is there for each other, and be just, you know, a warm and cozy place for each other. If that's the only thing we take from this year, let it be that we are stronger as a community, we are stronger as people united by a common goal, and not to feel alone or isolate ourselves, or act out of isolation. So anyway, I know this isn't really about wine, but I just wanted to share that with you all, and I hope that you're all taking care of yourself. You are all taking time to breathe, time to get out, if you can, if you are able, and if that is available to you, that you are enjoying the beauty of nature and the world that we have around us. And yeah, just always know that I'm always here. Whatever, we might be strangers, we might be friends, we might be family, I don't know, but you can always reach out to me. I am here and I am dedicated to being here for others. So I hope that you all know that. And I've been trying to find, you know, cute, cozy little moments in this month, because the first 2 weeks did not have any. The first 2 weeks were really hard, and I was honestly, as much as I dove into the relief efforts that we were doing, I really came out the other end 2 weeks later very rough. Yeah, it's been rough, but I am taking time to really find the things that I love, and to like remember that there's a lot of beauty. To remember that there's a lot of beauty and there's a lot of things in our life that we should be, you know, appreciative of. Here's a look into the cute and cozy things that I've been doing. One of my New Year's resolutions was to start sewing. So today I'm going to my first sewing class at Remainders in Pasadena. So my friends are hosting a fundraiser at their house today, and we're gonna have a couple vendors. There's gonna be a clothing swap, and I'm gonna be pouring wine and selling wines by the glass to raise money for Rosebud Academy, which is in Altadena. And this is the sign that Matt made. So all wines are gonna be $8 a glass, and Wonderwork and Nomatica so graciously donated wines to be poured. So 100% of the money we raise is gonna go to Rosebud, which is a school that I used to teach at. And unfortunately it burned down a couple weeks ago. So yeah, we're gonna go raise some money for them. My goal is to raise $1,000. I think we can make it. I know.
Cobra Carly. Oh, do a spin. Oh. Heads down to your toes.
I know. First of all, they shouldn't have lasted. They shouldn't be short, and they shouldn't exactly. Period.
Okay, so I have 4 wines today. The first one is a sparkling rosé called Club Music, and Free Your Mind, classic from Wonderwork. They're both Wonderwork wines and delicious. And then here we have
two wines. We have a white and an orange from Nomatica. They are box wine, and in each box comes 4 bottles of wine, which is really awesome. They are sustainably produced and sustainably packaged.
I think so.
Oh, yes.
It should be a video.
Yeah. Ooh.
Remember how that's transitioning all that stuff, and
And then, literally, I take a Benadryl and we go out to come out. Like, this is gonna stop me. As I take a Benadryl, I'm just
Our fundraiser was a huge success. We were able to raise $550 for Rosebud Academy, and my goal was 1,000. And so afterwards, I went onto Instagram to ask folks if they would like to help match our donations that we raised on Sunday, and Instagram really pulled through. We matched our money. We made over $1,000. We made $1,110 and some change, 75 cents. And so I'm going to round it up. And we are going to donate $1,111 to Rosebud Academy. I'm so proud, I'm so happy. Actually went a little bit above and beyond. I think that's backwards, but it's 1,100. What is it? 1,000. Oh my gosh. I was gonna round up and now it's gonna be 1111. We're gonna be donating 1,111 to Rosebud Academy. The event was so sweet and so wholesome, and it was a lot of friends gathered together, but there was also a lot of new people that I was able to meet, which was really cool. Everyone kind of brought like their own vibe and their own crowd. We had art by Tim. There were beautiful linens, there were pies, crocheted, there was a clothing swap, there was jewelry. It was really just an awesome evening, awesome afternoon. A little chilly and rainy, but then towards the end, the sun came out and broke through, and so it was this beautiful, fresh, crisp air, and it's kind of a good omen to see, you know, beautiful, bright sky after some rain, much needed rain. Yeah. So I'm gonna go donate this money now and just finish up the week. Now it's gonna be February, which is so crazy. This feels like the longest 3 years of my life, but also at the same time, like can't believe it's already February. Going to be February. So yeah, I will leave the GoFundMe for Rosebud Academy down below if anyone would like to continue supporting them or continue supporting other relief efforts. I will also leave some resources and some information there as well for folks to check out, because this is definitely going to be a long road ahead for the city and for the folks who were affected. So any little way that you can help, whether that's by donating your time or donating money or even donating supplies in the future, I know it'll go a long way, and it's greatly appreciated. Yes, yeehaw. We're about to go donate that to their GoFundMe.